Hey, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Before we get started, I just wanted to remind you guys that Idea to Launch Academy is back with the intensive course. That's right. You have the option now to do self-paced course or to do the intensive course at the guidance and coaching of my coach, Carla Ramirez. And this is the opportunity if you want to launch your new podcast within 30 days or if you want to rebrand and relaunch as well your current podcast. This is your chance. This is your opportunity to do so. This is how I am here today, and you guys are tuning in to my show. So if you're interested, go to my show description, go to my affiliate code, click that link, and get started. What are you waiting for? Go. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Double Dose of Raw Talk Podcast. I am your host, Miss D, and as you know, here on the show, we get pretty comfortable being uncomfortable. We talk about all the rawness and all the raw mess. Joined every week with some pretty dope friends and guests, we unleash all there is to know on surviving adulthood, and we discuss different topics related to cultures, controversies, sometimes a little bit about love, sometimes even sex. And we definitely oftentimes discuss relationships and relationships. Join me. We have juicy conversations, friendly debates, and sometimes intriguing discussions. So thank you for joining us on another episode, and I hope you enjoy the show. All right, so I'm going to click record. And we're gonna start. I tend to get into these singing moments, so forgive me. All right.
It's all right, girl. Listen.
I swear I could sing. I can't at all, but in my mind, I could sing. Nobody tell me nothing.
Listen, we all can sing in the shower.
Yes,
okay.
That's why I sing my best in the shower. That's exactly where.
That's where I hit all my Mariah notes.
Yes. All right. Since we started, welcome back, everyone, to another week and another episode on Double Dose of Raw Talk Podcast. I am your host, Miss D, and today I'm not going to say the honor. This is just like a whole vibe for me that I have the one and only. She's already laughing. I love it. Her laughing is so contagious to me. I love it. I have Miss CherryWine from Wine Tyme podcast.
Yes, Miss D. Yes, we is in the building today, honey.
We are. And this is going to be some juicy conversation, okay?
Okay.
I said it from the very beginning of my very first episode, trailer episode, one of those. Like, Double Dose of Raw Talk talks about everything and anything. What is in their topic, Ms. D doesn't feel like talking about, and brings on this show and welcomes and is so grateful that you've agreed to come on this platform to discuss the topic that we're going to discuss today. Which, of course, if anybody knows me, my guests always know what we're going to talk about. So, yeah.
Okay.
So before we even dive right in to everything that, all the juiciness, I always open up my show with a quick icebreaker. So I've been lately singing a little bit too much on this platform. So today I'm going to do it a little bit different because I've been hearing it on other shows that I totally fuck with, and it's a vibe to me sometimes. So I want to open up the show with a would you rather. Okay. All right. So let me just be very honest on this Raw Talk podcast. We just put it out there and we talk about it. So it's a safe space. Okay.
You already know I'm going to keep it 100.
Yes. All right. So in the spirit of summer coming to a quote unquote end, I want to give it just one last touch of a summer vibe. Okay. So here goes question number 1. Would you rather pina colada or sex on the beach?
Oh, I'd rather have both.
Yes, double fisting. Yes.
I'd rather have both, but I pick sex on the
beach. Sex on the beach. Yes. So
sex on the beach.
I'm gonna be fair to my one and only trip in over a year and a half, I think it was. I went to Jamaica and I was double fisting with some pina coladas and rum punch the whole damn time. The whole time.
Girl, you was living your best life. I
I
saw you
sure
out there,
was. It was
okay?
everything I needed. And listen, I need everybody to find a way to sneak away and just have a moment just with an ocean and sun.
Mm,
That's all I need for everyone. That's what I'm going to pray for everybody. How about that?
mm,
All right. Sex on the beach. You got
yes,
me at sex on the
yes.
beach. You got me on a lot of things on the beach. How about that? Okay.
You went by now. You went by yourself on your vacation. You
So
was by
I was
yourself.
with girls, I was with ladies. Okay.
Okay.
Um, and
Okay.
here's the thing, like, I would not have minded to go with a man or to hook up with a man over there,
Mm-hmm.
but I just felt like that's not what I needed at the moment. Also, I'm gonna be very honest. If I'm gonna get
Gotcha.
dick, I could just get dick here. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna, yeah.
Period.
Like
Okay.
I don't need to necessarily go. It would have been nice to get some very culturally authentic dick out there. That would have been nice, but, but
I, I mean, I was about to say, tag me
yes,
in.
I'll take you with me
I need
next
to go on
time. Yes,
vacation.
next time we do it.
Tag me in.
Next time we do it. We'll do it next time together. That's
Period.
what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Like, because I've heard it from a lot of
Absolutely.
my friends. Like, they go, they listen very respectfully, they take care of themselves, they do what they gotta do, they have fun, they have the full experience. If it was any other time, I probably would have had the full experience too. I would not have minded.
Mm.
What I needed was just to be in peace and just vibe it out and just have my drinks and just tan. I will never again take for granted what an ocean sounds like. Put it that way. Ever.
Oh, it was much
It
needed
was
then.
so needed. And I really hope
Oh,
everybody at some point, now that outside is slowly opening, can have that experience at some point. Honestly. Honestly.
when outside open, I need 3 vacations
Yes, yes, and I hope you get to that. And
for
I'm gonna
real.
share some tricks with you on certain things that we need to cross our T's and dot our I's, because let me tell you, a lot of countries are being very careful with this country coming over there to visit them. So
I'm
we went
sure.
through hurdles, and I will talk about that in another episode later on, but I will be happy to share that information with anybody, especially when it comes to Jamaica.
Got you.
All right. So, question number 2 on would you rather. Okay. Would you rather steak or chicken?
Chicken.
I'm a steak girl. I'm a steak girl.
Definitely chicken.
Chicken, chicken.
I mean, it depends on how it's made because
Mm,
I don't like my meat with bones in it. I like boneless meat,
got
but
you.
the best steaks got bones in them.
Yeah, you're
So,
right.
I mean, if I can eat around a bone, then I'll pick steak. If I can eat
Oh
around a bone,
no.
I'll pick
I
steak.
I
But
suck.
I don't like
I suck
bones.
all of the bone. Like all of it. I do. I
Period.
sure do.
Okay.
That's like the best part of like the summer. Like, oh, we grilling steaks. Oh, that's what we're doing. Let me see that bone. Like, I love it. Oh my God. I love it. That's so
Yeah,
funny. All right.
I like chicken.
I dig it. I dig it. How do you like your chicken? Like just grilled,
Um,
breaded.
Grilled,
Okay,
fried,
okay,
you know,
okay.
any kind of way, as long as it don't have no
Just
bone in
no
it.
bone. I got it. I got it. Okay.
No
All
bone.
right. Okay. I could vibe with
No
that. I
bone.
can't. Listen, I discovered the air fryer, and my chickens be going in there all the time. So forget it.
Oh man, my mother made me some pork chops in the air
Mm.
fryer, and I was like, okay, this is it right here. This is the thing right
Tell
here.
your mama I said thank you, because I got
That's
some pork
it.
chops in there that I could definitely put in that air fryer, and I will do it now. Perfect.
Child,
Okay.
put put the pork chops in the air fryer. It's the thing.
I'm about to replace the stove with a bunch of air fryers. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. Question number 3. For a date, would you rather drinks at a bar or a full blown dinner? And I'm gonna tell you why it's one or the other.
Well, for those of you who don't know, I'm married, but if I was single,
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely do drinks at the
You
bar.
would do just drinks at the bar. Okay.
Yeah, because drinking and vibing, and you get to meet the person with the alcohol. So I rather, get ahead of it than we go out to date and then on a date and we sit down and eat.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next date we at the bar and I don't like you now. So let me see what you
Mm.
like. at the bar first before I sit down with you all dressed up
With a
cute.
word on that. And that's exactly what, see, thank you for that, because that's exactly how I function. Every so often I get the,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we can meet up for drinks and then dinner, and sometimes I say, oh, we could skip all that. But sometimes when I agree to it, sometimes when I agree to it, I agree with you. There is a whole person you can
Mm-hmm.
meet and get to know with that bar vibe. I also appreciate
Yeah.
you telling my listeners that you are married, because this is also important. Even when you are married, how does that date night look like for you?
Um. Well, it
Mm-hmm.
depends because sometimes me and my husband will just go away on a weekend and just stay at a hotel
Yes, yes,
just to get away from the kids.
yes.
So, our date nights could be bowling,
Mm,
dinner, a movie, a quick getaway. It's most of the time it's a quick getaway. We like to go to AC and gamble, so most of
yes.
the time it's around stuff like that. We really don't really, well, I won't say we. He don't really like, eating out. He rather me cook.
Mm,
So dinner is here and there,
yeah.
but everything else would be late. But it's important to still date too while you married.
Mm-hmm. It definitely
It's
is.
very
It
important.
definitely is. Y'all heard that? Y'all took notes? Okay. I'm going to give y'all a minute so y'all can make sure y'all took some notes on that. Thank you, because I'm a whole believer on that. You never start dating your partner. You always got to always have
Mhm.
that moment with each other. So I can definitely vibe with that. Okay. I think I'm on
Mhm.
question number 4, right? I'm not even having wine right now. I'm totally having coffee. But listen, it's been a long weekend. It's been a busy
I was
weekend.
supposed to have me some wine. I was supposed to grab my wine bottle on my way down
Uh,
here because this morning been
it's been
hectic, but I missed it. So
it's
here I
been
am.
hectic morning. All right. So the next question with
Child.
would you rather? Would you rather bungee jumping or skydiving?
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Um, skydiving.
Skydiving. Okay. Okay.
Skydiving.
Fun fact, guys.
Yeah.
Fun fact. There's a reason why I asked this question. Okay. I don't admit this to people, but I sort of kind of am slightly afraid of heights. Not to the point that I wouldn't necessarily jump if I had to, but I am afraid of heights. However, I was thinking about this, the skydiving or the bungee jumping, because I've always talked a lot of shit that I would at some point in my life do one of those two. And then in Jamaica, I decided to jump off 25 feet cliff from Rick's Cafe. And
Oh
my
my
entire
gosh.
life flashed before my eyes. And then I ended up with a huge bruise on my thigh and ass cheek because I thought I jumped off with my legs straight. I clearly did not. But for a
Mm.
second, I said, you know what? I was rethinking my thoughts of would I ever skydive? Would I ever bungee jump? Because I've never done either one. Either one. Have you ever done either one at any point in your life? Okay,
No,
but
because like you, I'm not afraid of heights, but I am to a certain
mm,
extent. I'll get on some roller coasters, but not all roller
okay,
coasters.
okay,
So I think for me, skydiving would be more safe, even though they both really not.
right.
But I can't just see my big ass going out a plane on a one rope that's gonna hold me. Absolutely not.
That part.
Absolutely not. But I could see me sailing through the
Mm-hmm.
sky,
Mm-hmm. You,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not just man, I can't do it. When I watched Will Smith bungee jump from that plane on his birthday, I damn near had an anxiety attack.
And he made it look so
And I'm just
beautiful.
watching it.
Yes, he made it look
Yes.
so.
Yes, he
Oh, I can't. I
oh,
can't.
he did it effortlessly. And
It
I
was
was like, oh hell
what
no.
he
But
turned 50, right? Was it 50?
yeah, he
Yes,
did it when he turned
yes,
50.
yes, yes, yes.
I mean, I think we all should have, like, not a bucket list for life, but
Mm-hmm.
like a bucket list for, like, because I'm gonna be 40 soon,
Mm.
and I feel like I should have me a bucket
Mm-hmm.
list
Mm-hmm.
for things that I need to do in the next 3 years.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I
So
do.
I think we all should do it, not with life, but just the phases, because we all seen that, you could be here 1 minute and go on a blink of an eye. This whole year just showed us that. So
Absolutely.
live your life, y'all. Live your
Absolutely. Yes,
life.
yes, yes. And that was part of the reason why I said, you know what? I'm just do it. I'm gonna just do it. I'm just gonna jump. And I'll
Yep.
kid you not, like I came back from this trip and just realizing to myself, holy shit, I just jumped off of a cliff 25 feet. And I swam back up. It hurt. What mostly hurt was all that salt water in my face. It hurt. But like
Yeah.
when I look back on it, it was like when I started questioning, will I have a bungee jump? First of all, I'm scared of the rope too. I swear that shit is gonna snap any given moment, so I won't do
Girl.
that. With skydiving, I've seen people jump with you, so there I would feel some form of
Mm-hmm.
security with it to do it. But it did feel to me like if I could do that, I could do anything, right? I could like you just dive right in, you just jump right in, you take your chance, right? There's like a whole
Mm-hmm.
note and disclaimer, like basically telling you you're gonna die if you go too far from into the water. Basically, that's what the disclaimer says. So it's kind of like jump at
See?
your own risk type of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But even though I didn't knowing that, it just felt so liberating to do it. It felt so free and so I can't tell. Like I can't even explain. It just felt like so much was lifted off my shoulders when I did it, and
See, you gotta do more stuff
I
like
feel
that because
yes,
of how you feeling.
yes. It's I feel amazing, and I used to be afraid of roller coasters. I used to be afraid of roller coasters, and I feel like I need to go make it to some form of a park now. Screw it, just get on the highest roller coaster, just do
Child.
it. I swear, I kid you
Mm-hmm.
not.
That was me. I was scared of roller coasters for a long
Mm-hmm.
time, but I think I was like a teenager when I got on my first roller
Mm-hmm.
coaster because I used to talk shit. Well, I still talk shit a lot. And my church, we used to go to Virginia every year
Mm-hmm.
for Memorial
Mm-hmm.
Weekend. And this time I went
Mm-hmm.
by myself because my mother was pregnant and she couldn't go.
Mm-hmm.
So they had me get on every roller coaster because I was talking so much
Shit.
shit.
Yeah.
And by the time I left the park,
Mm.
I was a fan of roller coasters. So
See.
I've been rolling with
Yeah.
them, but the height, nah, it's some shit at Six Flags I'm not getting
I
on.
get you. I get you. I get you.
Absolutely
I
not.
get you. Nah, I've
But
mostly
I'll do the little
the little
ones.
ones. Okay, okay. I may have to just go take a chance
Yeah.
to do it too and get over this because it's too much.
Yeah. Just get up there, girl. Just get up there. I mean,
I hear that. All right, last question for would you rather. Okay, would you rather? I'm not going to disrespect Miss CherryWine because she's a married woman, but I need to know this question. Would you rather?
you know I'm with the
I know
shit.
you are with this shit. Would you rather sex in the car or sex in the shower?
both
Both
both of them. Both of them. The park, outside, in the lawn, in the backyard,
everywhere.
and your yard, shit.
My yard too. I got my chairs in my backyard. You could station them in a way where you could be real. What is it? Very gym like a gymnastics. You could do all sorts of shit back
Oh,
there with all
okay.
my
Real,
chairs and tables.
real
Real
flexible. Your
flexible.
yard, everybody
Yes,
yard.
you could even do one of them triple toss shits, whatever the hell it is these gymnasts be doing.
I don't know if I could do all that, but period.
That was a good one. That was a good one, y'all.
Oh my
There's a
God.
reason why I asked some of these questions in the concept of the whole would you rather, right? We're given just two choices, let's say, right? And we're putting
Mm-hmm.
aside what our beliefs are and what our feelings are about it real quick, just to answer that question in an instance. And of course, I'm always going to throw in there just a little bit of a touch of what our preferences are, even if it's food, even if it's sex, even if it's just about relationships or anything like that. And the reason to that is because of the topic we are going to talk about today. And it's something that's in social media. It's the tabloids, what we used to call it back in the day, right? Or we still kind of call it that too. There's still some tabloids
Yes.
out there who are still front and center doing their thing. And we're going to go right into my segment of As Raw as It Gets. Anybody who is tuning in for the first time, this segment is where we cover and talk about anything on the news, controversies, culture shit, social media, sex, love, relationships, and relationships. A quick disclaimer: no statements, questions, topics are off limits from the guest to host and vice versa. Okay? And this week's segment for As Raw as It Gets is called I Said I Do, Now Pay Me. Okay? And we're going to dive into this entire scandal. I'm going to call it a scandal between Dr. Dre and his wife.
Child. Mm.
So we're gonna shine some light and a little bit of a background. Okay, if anybody who has possibly been living under a rock and doesn't know who Dr. Dre is, Dr. Dre, of course, is an American rapper. Okay, I mean, if you just don't know him, just Google him, please, and do your thing. But recently, he's been on the news, on social media, on the Jasmine brand, the Shade Room. He's been on these pages where a lot of us follow, and it's because of what's happening to him with. Some of them are calling him his estranged wife. First of all, let me just say this: I don't like that term. I don't like estranged wife. She's still his wife. That's it. I get that they're beefing right now. I get that they're at odds. I get that they're in court, right? She's asking for things. I just don't like the whole term estranged. So I'm just gonna call her his wife, because that's what she still is, Miss Nicole Young. Okay. I'm just going to make mention that the first headline I had saw, I'm not going to break it down yet, but the first headline I had saw was that she was seeking $2 million a month, okay, in temporary. That means this is what she's going to settle for right now, because this may possibly change, okay, in temporary spousal support as they are going to go through the divorce and they're going to finalize everything, okay. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because oftentimes we do see there's a lot of celebrity scandal divorces, right? We saw Wendy Williams go through her shit with her husband. She had to pay him spousal support too, I believe. And how many others do we not see? So at this point, it doesn't even matter if it's a woman at the other end of it expecting to receive some form of spousal support or a man, right? Because it could be either or. But I wanted to dive into it because of where exactly are we, I should say, with the whole concept of spousal support, be it that you may not have anything, let's say in my case, right? If I happen to be married at this moment and I'm getting a divorce and I don't happen to have anything, under my belt, and my husband happens to be, a complete fucking millionaire here, am I just, entitled to this spousal support? Is it something, and I get the whole shit behind the law, right? I get it, the whole concept of the law. But am I here just entitled just because I've just been married to this person for however X amount of years it is to some form of spousal support? Where do you stand with this? Talk to me about it.
First, let me say, I feel like if you marry somebody for love, the amount of money that you can get when it's over with shouldn't even be important. And sis is going hard for this $1,936,399 a month because she spent $10,000 on laundry. She spent $135,000 a month in clothes.
Right.
Who shops that much? $135,000 worth of clothes will last me to the casket drop. You hear me?
Yes.
So this is rich people problems. She needs $20,000 a month for her phone bill. What carrier do she have? T-Mobile, Verizon. Who charging her $20,000 a month?
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand. It's unbelievable, first of all. And to me, it felt like a business arrangement. That's what this felt like. And you signed a prenup, honey.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, you walk away with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's saying, oh, well, he ripped the prenup up in front of her. Okay, but that don't mean the attorneys don't have a copy, sweetie.
Right.
So, and she's asking for $2 million a month plus $500 million in attorney fees.
Yes.
First of all, you are an attorney, honey. You can represent yourself, pumpkin.
Exactly.
You don't need an attorney.
Exactly.
What you doing?
Exactly.
But like, you know, I mean, we going off of what we see on the internet.
Correct.
And I did some research as well because I posted it a couple of days ago because I was surprised. Like, $2 million a month, honey.
How?
Let's be real.
How?
Like, you wanting it because you know he has it,
Mm-hmm.
or you want it because you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. You are worth $13 million. You live in a $40 million house by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You got a private jet. You was a well-known and a well-established attorney yourself, lady.
Right.
But I feel like she's asking for it because she stopped practicing law to help her husband. But how did you help your husband? Because he was already established when you said I do, honey.
My point exactly.
So what you helped, she said that she stopped practicing law to help her husband and with his businesses and take care of the children. So maybe if you would have asked for $2 million back then, but your kid's grown.
Right.
The kid's grown. It's just you. And she did this before. She got some NBA money too because she was married to an NBA player before too.
Mm-hmm.
Right before she married Dr. Dre.
Mm-hmm.
So she got some monies. She just, I mean, when you being greedy, it don't never end well for you. So I hope she don't get burnt at the end.
Right.
Do she deserve some money? Absolutely. She was his wife for 20 plus
Right.
years. So yes, she absolutely deserves some money, whether she signed the prenup or not. But $2 million a month?
No, it's too much. I'm sorry.
Child.
It's too much. And that's the thing.
You being greedy.
And that's the thing. I would have appreciated if I would have seen in that breakdown, because you're right. We can only go by what's on social media, what's being released, right? I could have possibly fucked with this breakdown if in this breakdown I would have seen something for quote unquote the kids, right? Because although they're grown kids, your kids are always going to be your kids, okay? So listen, I respected whatever the dynamics are in any family, be it celebrity or not. Your kids are always going to be kids. They're not babies, right? So it's not certain necessities that these kids are going to have as when they were babies, right? There's going to be childcare. There's going to be diapers and the level of expenses that one baby can take. Imagine having more and then they're all little, right? Okay, cool. But I didn't see none of that in this breakdown. Everything that I saw was mostly she put something of mortgage $100,000 a month. Cool. I can understand mortgage, but don't you make your own money? I mean, I understand you're no longer practicing because you chose to help him. Okay. That's fine. I would think that if we're thinking about it from a business standpoint, right? Then is she able to prove? And let me just say this from the very beginning. This is not about her being a woman having to prove it, because there have been cases where it's the other way around. It's the man who has said, I helped her. And it's the man who has had to prove how he has helped a woman on her come up and who has helped her become famous. Okay. So it's the party that is requesting this spousal support is what I'm speaking on. In this case, it is a woman. She has her own monetary worth, what she is at value. She has her own career, right? And we can both agree that, yes, she deserves a little son. I mean, she's giving you how many years? She's giving you your children. Okay, cool. Both of you are the parents to these kids. Great. But at the same token, it does come off a little bit greedy to me as well. It comes off like you might just be asking for a little bit too much. Because at the end of the day, and it's not because, first of all, I am a Dr. Dre fan. It's not because I happen to be very fond of Dr. Dre and a lot of that he is involved in. But it's also just the fact that her, as a woman who has seen how long it's taken him and how far it's taken him to get to where he is today. I understand if you feel entitled to things, to some form of monetary value and worth from him. I get that. What I have a problem with is when you can say there, oh, for telephone, cell phone, and email, $20,000 a month. I know plenty of free email services that she does not need to include in this telephone, cell. First of all, I don't know why telephone and cell phone are separate. Who has a landline? I don't understand who still has that, because if we're just going to break that part down, a cell phone, I pay how much for one line or two lines? Like, you do not need $20,000 a month. And even if he was covering for you and for all the kids and for the nannies or whoever the hell you want to put under that list, that still does not amount to $20,000 a month. And that's the part that I have a hard time with. To your point, yes, she does have a little bit of a history and having been involved with another celebrity public figure, right? An athlete. And she did come out of that divorce with some winnings. And at the end of the day, again, if you're entitled to it, you're entitled to it, to whatever you agreed on when you entered the marriage. If that's what you entered with, if there is a prenup. But at the same token, it's kind of like, okay, did you not at any given point think of going into a marriage because you really love this person? Now, I'm not going to sound, I'm not going to be like this delusional person, right? Like, you're marrying famous. So I'm not going to expect anybody to purposely go into a marriage, say, without the entitlement or the right, to feel like, well, hold up a second, you're famous, you're somebody in life. If this doesn't work out, what comes out of it for me? I'm not going to expect anybody to come out of it that way. But at the same token, I'm going to wonder and think, did you not marry for love at all? Did you not marry at all because you like this person? Did you not love this person? You were married to him for 20 years. You're not going to tell me at some point you was not in love with this man. Like, were you not in love? Like, did you not love him? I'm with you on that because I have been divorced in the past. And in my story, there could have been a potential where I may have needed to or possibly would have paid spousal support. That was not the deal between he and I, so I didn't have to go through that. But in this day and age, when we look at us, we're not celebrities, we're not famous. I know plenty of people who have gone through divorce here in New York City. I've known people who have gone through divorce in Jersey City, and I know the laws in both places, how it pertains to divorce. And I've seen people have to pay spousal support. I've seen people have to do that. And it's like, at some point, it's like, these people feel like, well, when is this going to end? The amount of money that they have to give someone, and this is not celebrity money. This is like regular people working 9 to 5s. I've seen people have to work extra jobs to be able to make spousal support. And we're just talking about people like us, people here in just our regular cities. So when we look at somebody who's celebrity and we look at these type of numbers, like, oh my God, like, is this not too much? Is this not excessive? At what point, at some point I even started thinking to myself, well, is there a whole separate set of laws or formulas or rules or regulations when it comes to celebrities? Like, is there a whole different formula to this? Because I don't know how these numbers make sense. I just don't get it.
I feel like it's the people. Well, in this case, she knows what her husband is worth, so she's asking for what she know he can afford. But whether he can afford it or not, she got these trumped up charges. It's crazy, and you need $900,000 a month for entertainment, girl.
It's disgusting.
If you don't get on Shade Room or YouTube or something for free and see what's going on for entertainment, what's going on with you? Get Apple Music, do something. What you need entertainment? First of all, we all in the house right now, so ain't no entertainment. But not for $900,000 a month. Is you crazy? This just reminds me of when Mary J was going through her divorce with her husband, and she had to end up paying him because of his fucking breakdown he had like this. His breakdown was full of shit too. Like, how was you living before you got with me? Granted, yes, we spent this time together and you got used to living a certain kind of way, but when it's done, it's done. It should not be my responsibility to keep you to keep to help you keep up with what we was doing together. If we're not together now, you got to find out your own way to get by, because we're not doing this together no more. So why is it still my responsibility to keep up what we was doing together separately? Like, it don't make no sense to me at all, because child, Kendu list was out of control too. Like, did y'all get married for the money? And like you said, you've been here for 20 years. You can't tell me in 20 years. First of all, 20 years I've been married to Dr. Dre. You better believe I got some money in my bank account. Anytime he gave me anything, I'm putting that shit up in the bank.
Right. That's exactly.
So because I knew I signed the prenup. So anytime I had some money and set yourself up, set your own exit plan up, honey. Not for nothing. You the one that filed for divorce. He didn't.
Right.
You did.
Right.
And then and this is what comes with it.
Right.
What? This is the real life meaning of it's cheaper to keep her.
Oh my God, I know.
But sis right here don't want to be kept. She don't want to be kept because she filed for divorce. She want out. So, honey, go with what you came with.
It's funny. It's funny.
I don't see him not giving you anything, though. I don't see him not giving you anything. But $2 million, I don't care if it is temporary until y'all get the kinks out of your divorce. Listen, you better get what you could get, because there's somebody out here that don't have even 10% of what you got. You could easily go back to scratch, honey.
Exactly.
You could easily go back to scratch. Just being greedy. You being greedy now.
Exactly.
Because there's nothing on this list spell out I love this man.
I agree.
This my kid. This my kid's father.
I agree.
Like you said, the kid, it's nothing in here for the kids. I could see if you put, okay, well, I want $125,000 for little Jack when he turns 21. Right. Or he turned 30, he could get this money. You know what I mean? Or when he turned 40, he could get this money. Like, you don't have nothing in there for your kids, like you said. So this is all for self. What about your kids? Because you know they're going to be taken care of regardless. You just trying to get your piece of the pie.
Right. That's exactly it. And I love that you said, knowing who you marry, knowing there was a prenup. Your mama never told you to put aside a little bank account? Because my mother has always told me that. Even me not being in a marriage right now or any type of relationship, my mom has always taught me you always need to have a backup account. Even if it's for whatever amount of money you put in a week, you always need to have that backup. And it's not about it being a hidden thing. That's not what it's about. It's not about so much of security. I really look at it as on any given day, if there is an emergency, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's for you by yourself or whether it is with him or with her, whoever your spouse is. Sometimes you need to have that backup. And I can't agree with you more. She knew what she was signing. She knew what she was entering. And she could have done more even for herself, and nobody was going to scrutinize her, frown upon her doing that for her. I say that to say because now it looks a little bit sketchy and it looks a little bit funny with what she's asking for, to be honest. Again, if I could understand if the kids were younger, but I just don't see how anything in life at this moment justifies the amounts that she's putting to what her needs are. To your point, what is $900,000 in entertainment? What? So you could still go to the same circles? You're an attorney. I'm sure you could get yourself in these circles and these places by your damn self, because it's not like you
just from being his wife, you still
right. Can. Like I don't see the sense in this. To the point of Mary J. First of all, I'm a diehard Mary J. Blige fan. I saw her in concert last August. She is the most amazing singer I've ever seen. But even then at the concert, I went with a couple of women who we vibed that night so much. And it's funny because there was some songs she didn't sing. And we kept looking at each other. We're like, you're not going to tell me some of the songs that we've been waiting for her to sing, she didn't sing. And we bet it's because of Kendu. We bet it's probably because his involvement in the song, there was probably some form of stipulation in this divorce where she was not allowed to sing these songs anymore because maybe his hands were on it. And he probably, this was just a speculating. But we were just like hoping so much for certain songs to come on. And we were like, why did she sing it? Why did she sing it? Why did she sing it? And then that's when we just like started thinking a little bit. We're like, hold up. Could it be like that maybe his involvement was
You're right.
there, and that's why she couldn't sing those songs?
Y'all was right, because during the time, if you could go back and check
Yeah.
too, because ever since they got divorced, she don't
Sing
sing
certain
certain
songs.
songs. So you could go back and check, like, when they give the credits on the album, you see his name on certain songs. So if she do sing those songs, she's gonna have to pay him.
Yes.
So I guess she be like, you know what, I ain't gotta sing no song, I got so many other hits, but it be the songs that you want to hear.
Yes, I definitely do. So I'm gonna tell you right now, which one was it? It was Be Without You, and it's called the Kendu mix. And it never dawned on me until after the concert, because listen, that was like my song. Okay, that was my
his name
song.
on there.
And I when I tell you, I looked forward to her just hearing her sing it live. And she didn't. And we're like, why didn't she sing it? I was like, first of all, I dedicated that song to 3 men. How is she not going to sing my song? I definitely did.
The song was for them.
It was for them. I did. I dedicated the song to all 3 of them. I really wanted her to sing it so I could have a little Snapchat video of myself singing the song and I could send it to them. But I couldn't get that moment.
You know why? Because his name is all up on
it. And again,
fuck Kendu.
You can say that shit fucking again.
Fuck Kendu.
He can fly several fucking kites on that one. It's just upsetting to me how, and again, I cannot highlight this any more than I have. Wendy Williams had to pay to her spouse. Mary J had to pay to her spouse. And now we have Dr. Dre, and the list can go on. I could really bring out several
women too.
cases, a lot of other women. And there's still other men too who are dealing with this. Look at what happened to Amazon CEO. That was, look at how much she walked away with.
Now, you know what? I ain't even going to knock his wife, because she walked away, okay, and she's still getting paid.
She still is.
So he can get $2 million.
He can. No, he can. He
she gets some of my money a month. She getting all our money
on a monthly basis.
But okay. But it's a lot. Gabrielle Union had to pay her husband, her first husband. Sherry Shepherd had to pay her husband. It's a lot of women out here giving up these coins.
You know who else went through a form of a scandal because of a book he wanted to write? I might be messing up his name. Jennifer Lopez's first husband, I think it was Ohani. I think his name was Ohani.
Was that the dancer one?
The one before him. Like it was one husband she had years ago, and my man's was
she had so many husbands.
She had a lot of husbands. He tried to play her, and I think it was with a book. There might have been a sex video somewhere in there too. I might be wrong, but I believe it was with a book, and her lawyers were fighting that shit like left and right. Because listen, at the end of the day, when you're a celebrity, and people are gonna come for you. And so even if it is your spouse, they're gonna come for you. My whole point is though, like we see it in celebrities and we see it in regular people. And so for me, it's like, at what point, like, does it make it just an automatic or a guarantee that because you are married to this person, that you're just supposed to be okay to just take their shit or be entitled to their shit? Like I had a discussion with someone the other day, and they kind of said, you wouldn't have been able to get to your degree unless you had this type of help. And it's like, well, hold up a second. I don't give a fuck what help I had in anywhere. And I'm not even talking about financial help. There was I still have my student loans. But the concept to think that someone can owe someone a thank you or gratitude, cool. But I don't owe you anything beyond that of how you may have helped me to get to my degrees, because nobody signed in or logged in to take my exams. Nobody did my term papers, my 25-page capstone paper for me to graduate. No one did that for me. And I'm just talking about a simple degree. That's all I'm talking about, because I'm not rich. I don't have a full-blown empire. I don't have a full-blown business for me to say that I had staff or a whole team to help me to get there. My little business is my podcast, and I'm still doing it all by myself. Okay. I don't have a whole team doing this with me. But to say that because there may have been a help here and there in other forms, I will give gratitude. I will say thank you. But I am not going to sit there and say, you can claim my degree that has my name on it, my hard work as yours. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, even for her, for Ms. Nicole Young, for her to say, I quit practicing to help him with his career, with his businesses. Cool. But did he force you to do that? Because you were also raising the kids that are also yours. We're not
Mm-hmm.
saying it's not a job to raise children. It is fucking hard to raise kids. I'm doing I'm going into what month? April, May, June, July, August, 7th. I'm going into 6 months of virtual learning if we're going to go into that. And this is hard as hell for me. Like, it's a lot of work to do this and have a job. So I can see where the whole raising of the kids is a full-time job. I get it. But you're not going to tell me that's worth $900,000 of entertainment. It just does not make sense. And I just don't see how I
Child.
can make it make sense. Do you know the things I would do with just $100,000? Do you understand what I can do with $100,000? And this woman is asking for $900,000 just in entertainment. Entertainment.
Entertainment. And she won $125,000 for charitable contributions. Bitch, that's your charity
That should be part of your entertainment.
that you contribute to. The fuck?
Yes.
He don't contribute to them charities, you do.
Yes. Do you think that when we look at divorce, or when we look at these type of spousal support metrics, or we look at any type of support really, do you think that we're supposed to look at specific factors, like instead of just an automatic, right? Oh, you've been married to them this long, so you should just be entitled to this amount? Or if there is a prenup, like what do you think, like, it would make sense at all, if anything?
I mean, you should, like, they've been married for over 20 years. So yes, he should be able to contribute to her cost of living. But it has to be some reasonable shit. Like, it don't cost you $2 million a month to get by.
Right.
She says she needs $60,000 a month for living expenses and tuition. Bitch, you got a law degree. What school you going to now? And what living expenses do you have? This is what you should do. Sell that $40 million house. This is just you. Your kid's grown. Get you something just for you. And I can see Dr. Dre giving you spousal support. Maybe about $50,000 a month, because he can afford that or whatever the case may be, but not $2 million, sis. Not $2 million. I mean, you got to make it make sense.
Right.
You got to make it make sense. I mean, and this right here is just being greedy. This is being greedy. You spent 20 plus years with this man, and now you're making him pay for it at the back end. And you're the one that wants a divorce, and you're not saying why. Did you catch him cheating? Did you, or you just not, are you just unhappy? What is it? But she's just, I just can't. I really don't. Whew. Just like, I think it's when you get with somebody that's in the limelight, you move strategically. Just like with Future and his baby mother. She asked for $53,000 a month for a 1-year-old bitch.
We
ain't that much Gerber in the world. I'm serious. Ain't that much Gerber in the world that's going to make you need $53,000 a month. That's for you, boo. That's for you. Granted, his $1,000 a month that he was offering, I mean, that's about enough, but that's a gut punch because Future.
You could definitely give more than that. Right.
But $53K, honey, absolutely not. And the judge gave her 32, and she's still saying that's not enough. What is your 1-year-old doing other than eat, sleeping, shitting, and playing?
Right. That's where I'm going with this. Listen, Future.
I mean,
Future is not my favorite person at all in this world. Okay, I fucks with a lot of his music. Okay.
I don't even fuck with his music.
I do. There's some of his music I can vibe with. I do. I'm not gonna lie.
He ain't my cup of tea.
But he
ain't my cup of tea.
Like,
in the looks department, the music,
nothing at all.
I'm not going to knock his beats. His beats be rocking.
Okay.
I just don't know what the fuck he's saying.
So that's what I said. Some of his music, because I don't be understanding all of it either.
But he got kids in every fucking state.
He do. And so here's my thing. First of all, he gives a whole new definition to toxic. I'm going to say that.
Girl.
But he's toxic to he's toxic to himself. He's done this to himself. No, I'm not going to talk about what he's done to women. I'm not going to talk about that because that's a whole other episode and conversation. And if ever we want to dive into it, I promise I'm going to ask Miss CherryWine to come back on the show so we could dive into that conversation too.
But, child, I'm yeah, you know I'm here for it.
I know.
You know I'm here for it.
But this is my theme. At some point, like even with him, like, sir, did you not learn your fucking lesson? How many more fucking kids do you need to go through in life for you to understand that a lot of these women, not all these women, but a lot of these women are going to come after you just for your fucking money. They are going to do it.
Just because you future.
Just because you're future.
Just because you future.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
But now he at the point now that when you tell him that you're pregnant, he automatically saying that it ain't his. That's what he did to this girl. But honey, you wouldn't have all these problems if you strapped up.
Right. Just be a little bit more.
You just out here raw dogging these chicks. And then when they get pregnant, you don't want to be the pappy. Listen, you are the father.
We knew this.
Future.
We knew this from the beginning. I don't know how you didn't know
you
this.
You are the father. Okay? Anytime somebody say they're pregnant, listen. The girl next door can tell me she's pregnant by Future, and I'm a believer.
I'm a believer too. Yes, my point.
Okay.
I'm going to need a negative paternity test to not believe
it. Because right now,
because I'm a believer.
Shit.
Yes.
He 10 for 10.
Yes, literally.
He ain't shooting no blanks.
Jesus. How old is he anyway? Listen, I don't be looking.
He's in his 30s.
He's like, come on, that's too many kids.
Let me see.
Because that's just like for me, it's just like you clearly haven't understood like what you're doing to yourself. And I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. To yourself, sir. To yourself. Like, stop doing this to you. Like, ain't nobody doing this to you. These women, listen, a woman is going to do what she needs to do for herself. If at this point she already gave birth to your child, then she's going to do what she needs to do to take care of that child to whatever she feels are the appropriate means. Do we think it's entirely right? Absolutely not. I do not think a baby needs $53,000 a month. Okay? That is my entire, no, my balance is less than that. But that is all, that my student loan balance is less than that. In 1 month, if you really want to give that up, like you could just donate to me, future sir, and I will just clear out my tuition loans.
And this baby mother that's asking for $53K, she another one. She got her own money.
You see what
she
I mean?
well off. She's okay. But she wants the money because you're future.
Yeah.
And you have it. Yeah. Future is 36 years old.
Damn.
And not for nothing, you look like a bag of money to these girls because you ain't all that cute, sir. You couldn't bag me. I tell you that. Because I don't know one of your fucking songs. He can ask me one question. I don't know the name of an album of yours. You will dismiss me immediately because I ain't fucking with you, sir. No. I have no shame in admitting. Absolutely not.
I have no shame in admitting. I definitely do fuck with some of his songs, the ones I definitely understand. I do. But it still goes back to the entire point of this celebrity life, right? And it goes back to the point that for me, it's just like $1,000. No, it's not enough a month to feed your 1-year-old, sir. You do need to give a little bit more than that. I'm sorry, because I get a certain amount a month for child support for my son, and that's just never going to be enough. Just as a regular person, you know what I mean? And his father doesn't have millions or let alone thousands to say that he could just throw out there. You know what I mean? But you know, as who you are, because you are future, you should be able to give a little bit more, is what we're saying about Dr. Dre. Because of who you are, yes, I could see you having to give her some form of spousal support. Even if it was Mary J., even if it was Wendy Williams, whoever it is, I can understand a certain amount to be given if exactly the other party feels that they deserve and are entitled to it because of X, Y, and Z reasons. I just think that there should be specific factors that maybe sort of kind of monitor or regulate what is being asked for, because I just don't understand how in any courtroom, any judge can sit there and say, yes, sir, Dr. Dre, you are going to be given $900,000 to this woman just for this portion, just for this, just
entertainment.
for this alone, because she could be fine with that amount for everything she needs. Laundry, what was it, $10,000 for laundry? That's what it said. Like,
Yeah,
I could do laundry with
bitch.
$10.
If you don't go to the laundry room,
She should have a whole laundry room in her house.
don't get your ass in the laundry room. The hell,
I would be the happiest
that's what I'm
woman
saying.
with a laundry
Like,
room.
like you said, yes, y'all do deserve something because of the people that y'all are with. However, there need to be a cap on it.
Yes.
I can see, okay, you know what? You could get $1 million for every year you was married. Take your 20 million and go the fuck about your business.
There we go.
Because 2 million, sis, absolutely not. Take your 20 million off top to keep giving you check after check after check every month. No, it don't work like that. And not for nothing, y'all up in age. Dr. Dre is what, 50?
Is he?
Maybe.
Yeah.
You being greedy like that, take your freaking money off the top and not monthly and go about your business. I mean, it shouldn't even have to come to this because, like I said, you once loved this man. You had to love this man. You've been in the house with him for 20 plus years. And now all of a sudden you wake up and you don't want to be married to him no more. She probably got her a new nigga lined up like she did back when she did the same shit to the NBA player. You got divorced from him in 92? You married Dr. Dre in 96, and now here we are. You probably got another nigga lined up, ready to marry and fucking go through his money as well. It's a pattern with her. It's a pattern.
It looks like it. It does. And I don't know exactly what were her claims with the reason to her divorce with the other marriage. I did not dig that deep because my focus was definitely the whole Dr. Dre scandal and just the breakdown of these expenses. I will say this, in the newest update with this case, she did claim that at least recently, she noted there was some claims and allegations of domestic violence. So that tells me that I'm not going to dive into the claims of domestic violence because I don't know if they would release those details yet. And I didn't see much details on it except just, him cursing allegedly or yelling at her or things like that. But what that does tells me is clearly...
So verbally.
So far what I could see is verbally, and apparently either a family member of his or someone who represents him had gone to her house to get one of his weapons or something like that. Here's my thing. What that does indicate to me is that clearly you guys have been in a rough patch for quite some time. This thing does not just happen from one day to the next, especially when there is a relationship and a marriage of 20 years. So clearly this has been coming for a long time. So, and it's not to dog her out. It's just stating, what my speculations are based on what here I am reading on the news and social media, right? My thing is with this, I do agree with you. I think maybe she has already found some form of different love somewhere. Maybe she is with someone already. And even if she is not, none of this gives any form of justification to what she's asking for. And I will be here to support any woman who's doing what they need to do. I just don't know if any woman is going to need $900,000 in entertainment, $10,000 in laundry, $20,000 in phone bills every single month. I have to be fair on that, and I have to be just in that. Because whether it's the expenses you're claiming on a divorce or if you're going to claim domestic violence or anything like that, the bottom line is, here's a story of a man and a woman who've been married for a long time. And at the end of the day, as I am a woman and I can understand a lot of what women go through, having been through a divorce, having been in domestic violence, having been in a lot of different scenarios, right? I also do have a child and I have a son. And so if the day of tomorrow my son becomes somebody, completely somebody famous, I would hate to see my son be told, well, I've been married to you this long, so I'm just entitled to these ridiculous amount of zeros behind every single number a month. I just see it that way.
Daisy, let me tell you. And I don't play around. I got 4 kids and I got 3 daughters and a son, and my son is the youngest I don't play about my son. If any bitch they gonna get over on my son, you got 3 sisters and his mother to get past, bitch. Let my son would have been Dr. Dre. And this girl asking for $2 million. I'm at her door. Bitch, open this door. Let me see what the fuck you need $2 million for a month. Open this fucking door. Don't try to play my son. Is you crazy?
Absolutely.
Now, like you said, I'm a woman and I'm all for standing with the women and sticking up with the women, but like everybody know on my show, if you a woman and you did some crazy shit, I'm a dog just like I'm a dog to niggas. Right. It is what it is. I'm not gonna ride with you just because I'm a female too. No. If I did some whack fucked up shit, I expect y'all to put me in my place too. So it go both ways. The women is not always right. The men is not always wrong, and vice versa. And in this case, I feel like we don't know what's behind the scenes, but what you're asking for in the public eye is a bit much. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. It is
a bit much, and it gives a reason to why some of us are a little bit upset. And I just want to co-sign on Miss CherryWine right now. If you do ever just need to hear Miss CherryWine keep it real on every end of the spectrum, please tune into her episodes. And I will definitely leave all that information in the show description, and she will let us know all that information at the end of this episode, because this is exactly why I tune in, exactly why I fucks with Miss CherryWine right here with me, because I'm with you 1000% on that note. I absolutely am. I want to go dive right into the double or nothing segment, which is where myself or my guests can have an opportunity to rant and keep it raw on another dose. And this one is titled Independent versus Gold Digger. So if you have something to rant about, great. Let me know. You have an open mic right now, or I will kick it off with my quick little tiny rant.
I just think Dr. Dre's wife is a gold digger. And that's on period.
That is on period. Absolutely, it is.
She just give me gold digger vibes. I mean, right. Yeah, because for you to be an independent woman that has this law degree and have this and that and third, you gold digging right now. So you were an independent woman, but you turned into a gold digger, pumpkin. Right. So that's, I mean, go over with your rant, honey, because this one right here, I just can't get over her.
Yeah, I'm definitely having a very, very hard time with this whole scenario. And I wanted to give it one last dose on it with the independent versus a gold digger rant. The only reason why I wanted to put this with the entire highlight of breaking down the expenses with what is happening with Dr. Dre and with Miss Young. The reason why I put this is because I don't know if you heard or saw, but Netflix brought back the show The Game. And I've been binging.
Yes.
I've been binging on it because I remember watching it back in the day. And let me tell you, first of all, I've been binging several shows, and binging The Game, it brought me back to, damn, I forgot that's what happened. And for those who don't know, and you should probably tune in and catch it as soon as you can, it is about athletes, football players, and there's a little bit of drama there at this, I think it's between season 2 and season 3 right now, where
it's some content in there.
Yes, a lot. It's the whole prenup.
It's some content.
Yes, there is.
It's some content all up in there. The babies being made on.
Yes. Everything that we're talking about right now. Like, that's exactly what this shit highlights. And it's funny so the two characters, Jason and Kelly, they're going through a divorce. And the shit that she's asking for, how she's holding him, there was a prenup. She's not going by what's just a prenup. She's asking for more. She sees it as, you've been controlling me. You've been doing this, and I've just been going with it. They actually, and I know it's just a TV show, guys, but I need to say it. They actually admit to each other that when they got married, it wasn't because of love. It wasn't. She saw it as he makes money. And he just saw it as, she's just who she is. She's not one of these other bitches, And
no, she was good looking, arm candy for him.
Right. It was going to look good for him.
And he was the captain of the football team. So why not be with Penn Sundays?
Yes. Yes. I'm not claiming to be famous at this moment, but who gives Miss CherryWine one day we might just become fucking famous, okay? Who gives that maybe our children will?
We going.
You know what I'm saying? Like, any way, shape, or form. But these are things that are important to know. And these are things that are essential to be aware of. One of them gets some chick knocked up that he was just fucking around with. The other one, he gets married and it was just for show. When Malik marries Robin Givens, there's just so much going on there that puts so much into perspective. It's such an amazing show, and I cannot say anything wrong about this show. Not then when I watched it for the first time, not now when I'm binge watching it again, and I'm still finding myself like, oh, I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
I'm still.
Sometimes you got to watch stuff again. Because you could miss something. That's me with Martin. I watch Martin every day, and every single day is funny as hell to me. Every single day. And sometimes you can see something that you missed years ago. Like, what? I didn't know this person was on. Like, man, it's so good. Yes. It's so good. A really good show. I might have to watch the game again. I might have to watch it again.
But it just,
I'm mad it ended.
Me too. Stop it. I'm still, listen, I already binge watched Moesha, and I already felt some type of way once again after noticing how it ended, and I just rewatched it just to watch the ending again, and it pissed me off again.
I don't remember the last episode of Moesha.
Should I say it?
I mean, hell yeah, it's 20 years old.
It was Niecy and her and Hakeem, and they found a pregnancy test, and they don't know who is it that's pregnant. And that was like literally the ending. Like,
and that was the last.
That was the last one. We still don't know to this day.
Now Brandon need her ass whooped because she know damn well you can't leave us off hanging like that. Now I gotta go watch the last episode of Moesha because I forgot.
It's gonna piss you off because it definitely pissed. I just remembered everything, especially that last 2 seasons. I remembered everything, and it just pissed me off again. And I know that's probably how I'm gonna feel with the game too. I know I'm gonna feel that way, but I needed to highlight the game as in the show itself because of how much it pertains, especially the content itself, with what we are seeing now with Dr. Dre and his wife and the shit that keeps happening with a lot of these celebrities and this whole concept of spousal support. And listen, I'm not even hitting child support because I'm not going to hit that topic. That's just a whole other topic. But the entire, concept of this spousal support, and I wanted to rant on it with the whole being independent or a gold digger. And again, that can apply to a woman or a man. That can apply to either one because let's face it, if it's a man who's asking for spousal support, a lot of people will look at him like, damn, you're a man. Why are you asking a woman for that? Sometimes they're scrutinized or they're frowned upon for even asking for a single penny. So I will admit to that. But I wanted to just rant on it real quick. I wanted to highlight the show of the game. Listen, I don't know if any one of my listeners will ever become famous or is famous. But if you are, or you will become, I think it is useful to just watch a little dose of that show for you to become aware, for you to know this shit is real. This whole prenup shit is real. If the day of tomorrow I'm able to own a full-blown home and I'm purchasing that a home as a single mama, then yeah, I will have to put something in writing. So when I do get married, I don't know if I want that person to just have entitlement over my home. I don't know if I want that person to do that when I know I've earned something on my own. But if after that something is earned together, then that is in the rights of us splitting it together. If something was not to work out, one person is entitled to one part, the other person is entitled to the other. I'm not going to sit here and just totally dog out the other person. Just say, well, no, fuck you. You're not getting anything at all. I'm not going to say that. I'm not. And vice versa. If I happen to meet someone who does happen to make way more than me, let me just be very clear on that. Is there any last words that we can rant on a little bit more for that little concept of the game?
No, it just came to me with the, what was it? Independent versus gold digger. I wanted to say that Dr. Dre's wife was independently gold digging. That's what she doing. She independently gold digging. Yeah. Okay.
I like that term. Independently.
That's exactly what she doing.
I like that. I think Mr.
I just thought about
she
that.
She is though. She is. She's still her person. I wish them the best. I hope that they could come to terms with something here. They share children. They obviously share wealth.
They're gonna have to share grandkids. They're gonna have
grandkids.
to go to their kids' weddings one day. They're gonna have to go to baby showers. They're gonna have to go to birthday parties. They better get their shit
I want
together
them
and
to.
quick.
I do. And I really hope she just realized, as a very independent, gold digging, beautiful woman, I hope that she can just realize, yes, you are entitled to things. I just don't know if she's entitled to all those zeros. I don't know. At what point don't we put a stop to some of these excessive demands that some of these estranged, and I hate that term so much, estranged spouses think they're entitled to? And again, man or woman, some of these zeros are just excessive, and I don't necessarily
So
agree
much.
with them. I don't agree with it. When Mary J. Blige, I go and we buy front row seats, floor seats, not front row, floor seats, and we were pretty damn close, and we couldn't get her to sing "Be Without You" because it had Kendu's name on it. Like things like that, I have a problem with it. That's part of her
Mm-hmm.
career. That is my favorite
That's
song. That
affecting.
that was that
Mm-hmm.
affected me. I'm still, clearly a year later, I'm still not over it. Okay? I'm still not over it.
Because you want that song. That song was dedicated to three
Three of
niggas.
them.
Fuck
I
that.
wanted to just have a video so I could send them to all three of them. I just wanted to send it to them. That
Okay.
was it. That was
This
that.
is for this song is for you niggas.
Miss Cherry Wine, please tell my
Yes.
audience where they could tune into you and find you, locate you, the whole nine.
Well, I am on live every Thursday at 7:30 on Instagram, and my Instagram is at wine WINE __time TYME. I drop an episode every Wednesday. Um, I'm starting to do 3 mass recordings this month.
Yes,
It's gonna be
yes.
a monthly thing. I'm doing a sisters check-in / ladies night. I'm doing a therapeutic um episodes too.
Beautiful.
We're gonna go on and talk about trauma and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Some people scared to go to therapy, and I'm one of them.
Mm.
But we got some shit up in us that we need to get out. So
Mm-hmm.
I will be doing those with another one of my listeners. She is a very dope soul and a close family friend. So
Beautiful.
she's gonna do it with me, and I'm going up first. So nobody be scared.
Yes.
I'm gonna share my story first. And then last I got the mic check monthly debate with One Take No Chance this month.
Okay.
That's just me. I'm at Wine Tyme on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Okay.
I'm on YouTube. Bear with
Yeah,
me.
no, no. Listen, I'll
I'm
I'll
working on
include
YouTube. I'm
I'll
trying.
include your tag IG tag on the show description. I definitely want my listeners to definitely check you out. I love what you do. I love your show. I love your purpose. And I'm
Period.
so excited with everything
Thank
else you
you.
have under your sleeve because thank you so much for admitting and saying you're not someone who goes for therapy, is it takes a lot of courage to even go speak to a completely different stranger about what your problems are or what things you need to get
Mm-hmm.
off your chest. I am one who did finally decide to go back to therapy recently because
Okay.
I once was there and then I just left it and then I went back. And it's never easy, even if you've done it before
Yeah.
and even when it's something new to do it. But it's beautiful when you do have a whole support group and a whole team there who you're able to turn to each other
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to help each other out. Sometimes that is what all the therapy a person needs. So that is a beautiful thing that you're
Mm-hmm.
offering. And that is definitely something on a raw talk as well topic. It's never off limits. This is something that needs to be constantly put out there. And this is exactly why part of the reason, if not all of it, that I've decided and wanted so badly to have you come on the show and just have all this raw talk shit talk with me, but also because I
I
know
mean,
everything you have to offer as well, and it's a beautiful thing, and I thank you so much for this.
and I forgot one thing. I'm glad you said support group. I just started a woman's support group. It's called Her Time Inc. And just go to my Instagram and click the
The
link
link,
tree.
yes.
Everything is in my
Yes, oh,
bio.
they're gonna know.
Everything is
They're
in my
gonna
bio.
know. Thank you so much, so
Thank you for
much for
having me.
coming on
Thank
my
you for having
platform
me.
and doing
You
all
already
this
know.
juicy conversation with me.
You already know. Now, I gotta have you on Wine Time
Anytime
now.
you bring me on, I'll bring the
And you
wine.
never You never know what the fuck I'm gonna be
That's
talking
okay.
about.
That's okay. You know me. I have no filter. So I'll
Period. That's what I'm
yes,
talking
I have
about.
no filter.
Okay.
I'll come on, tell me when, and I will be there with the wine.
Period.
That's it.
That's what I'm talking about. When New York meet New Jersey.
Yes. Oh, I used to be all up in Jersey in my teenage years, being a little Bronx thotty.
Child, and I used to be all up in New York. All up in what? All up in New York in the club. Okay.
Yes, I believe
Had
you.
no business out there. Me and my friends.
Yes.
Crossing the bridge, going to Pearls, all that.
Ooh. Oh,
All
you got
that. We was
stories.
out there, okay?
Yes. Ah, the good old days.
What? We was out
Yes,
there.
the good old days.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my God.
But thank you.
It's been so real, girl.
So we're going to let you guys go. You guys already know this
Yes.
is Double Dose of Raw Talk with your host, Miss D. Thank you to Miss CherryWine for coming on. And you guys will tune in next week. Bye. Thank you for joining me on this week's episode on Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. And when you leave the review, tell your friends, and then tell your friends to tell their friends. Nothing makes me happier than to read the reviews that you guys are leaving and the feedback I am receiving from my listeners. Trust that I am reading those reviews and I am reading those suggestions and I am listening. Contact me on my social media pages and the show's email. All my information is in the show description. Nothing would make me happier than to hear from you guys and to know what it is that you would love from my platform to cover on some raw talk. So let's talk about it.